I don't think I'll ever be as happy with a mainstream brand's eyeshadow formula as much as I love indie eyeshadow palettes. So today I'm going to sit and rank 12 eyeshadow palettes, and if you guys are nosy, if you want to see how these palettes stacked up, then just keep watching. If this happens to be your first time on my channel, welcome. My name is Karen Harris. I like to film tan girl friendly makeup videos here on YouTube. We just hit 14,000 subscribers, and I just want to say thank you again for joining the Karen Harris makeup fam. It's always so exciting to reach another milestone. Anyway, if you aren't subscribed already, highly recommend doing so. I love to talk about indie makeup, especially eyeshadow palettes. Don't forget to hit that bell so you're notified every time I post, and without further blabbering, let's get into it. Okay, so like I mentioned, I have 12 eyeshadow palettes. Most of these are indie palettes, and most of them were sent to me from different indie brands that I am affiliated with. So I will go ahead and put any discount codes I have. If the palette was sent to me in PR, I will notate all of that on the screen. I will also link all the palettes in a pinned comment down below in case you guys are interested in shopping any of those codes or links. It really helps me out. So thank you so much in advance. Now let's start off with number 12. I feel like this was a controversial release because I don't know what's going on with the tariffs, you guys. I don't know if things have been resolved. I don't know if you guys have placed an order with Lethal Cosmetics and have this Adventure Time palette shipped from Germany. I haven't really heard much about it since, but I think that I'm probably going to get kicked off this PR list because I just said that for the price of the full collection, it was like almost $600 to get the entire collection. Granted, everything was beautiful, but still, I just could not justify those tariffs. So if you guys have any info, let me know. I haven't really been ordering a lot of makeup, especially from overseas recently, because this is my only source of income right now, and my channel is very small. So the AdSense checks aren't that great. Couple $100 here and there every month. So yeah, it's not looking that enterprisery over here. That's not a word, but anyway, so let's talk about this palette. It is so beautiful. You guys know I'm not a big fan of pastel shades, so I think that's why this is ranking really low in my particular rankings. But if you are somebody that loves pastels, you'll probably really love this. There's a lot of shades to choose from. I like the small pans too, and the packaging is so cute. I know there are so many people that are Adventure Time fanatics, so you'll have to let me know if you're one of them. I've personally never watched the show, but I did watch a video kind of breaking it down, so I have some rough idea of what it's about. I will say that I also ranked this a little bit lower because the only really deep shade in this palette is the Peppermint Butter shade, and as beautiful as that is, I feel like it's not like a universal shade that you can pair with most of these. I mean, I guess you could, because it would pair with the purple, the pink, the blue, the green. You really could get away with it, but yeah, this is just too pastel for me. The formula is great. I had a lot of fun with it, and I definitely want to play with it some more. And a lot of the other parts of this collection are so fun as well. Lethal has been knocking it out of the park when it comes to their collaborations. I just could not make sense of the price. I know it's not their fault. I'm not blaming the brand. I'm just saying with the tariffs, it was bananas. So hopefully that's been resolved. Let me know if you happen to know the answer to this. And then in 11th place, this is an old palette, but I did use it in the previous month, so I wanted to include it in my monthly ranking. So this is the Sigma and Angela Bright collection. She actually launched a brush set with Sigma, and so they remarketed the palette, and I did a tutorial with the brushes and the palette. I'm ranking this at number 11 because it's just not my favorite color story. I really love the neutral shades in this palette. I think it's a solid palette. I just don't love the colorful shades as much. Like, they're very muted, so it's not really my vibe, but I think Sigma just overall has an amazing eyeshadow formula, especially for a more mainstream indie brand. They are a bigger brand than most of the indie brands that I talk about on my channel, so I feel like there is a little bit of a difference there. I've been to Sigma. They have like their own warehouses. They've got a whole business. There's like multiple employees. A lot of the other indie brands that I talk about are mostly like a solo person, or there's a bunch of family members working together. So I feel like even though they are in the indie category because they are owned by a husband and a wife, they're still a lot bigger of an indie brand. So I'm just trying to explain myself as best as I can. Now, we did have a full collection from Odenside. They launched 4 palettes, one for every season, and we also got 12 lipsticks from them. So that was a fun launch. I will say a lot of these palettes I feel like are more sensible for the times we're in right now. They're colorful, but they're not like over the top saturated colors. They're still colorful. They're just a little bit more toned down. So in my 10th place, I put the winter palette. I think this is a cute color story. It's just not my favorite. It's purples and blues, which typically I do love to wear purples and blues, but these are very muted. So I'm curious to hear, because I did ask in my Odin's Eye video, like, tell me which one was your favorite eye look. And I don't think anybody really voted for winter. Not that that video got a ton of views. So I feel like it's a rough time to be a beauty YouTuber, especially to be a beauty YouTuber that focuses so heavily on indie makeup and then also just happens to love colorful makeup. And yeah, it's just really showing in the views. It's showing in how, you know, new launches are performing. I remember when I used to post Odin's Eye videos, they'd be getting like multiple thousands of views, and now I'm like, ah. If I get 1,000 views on a video, I'm like over the moon. So it is what it is. I totally get it. You know, there's ebbs and flows. Okay, in 9th place, I have the Unoriginal Nudes from Bella Beauty Bar. And listen, if we were ranking these palettes on packaging, this might be my #1 palette of the month. But I love the vibe. I think that this is a great way to spice up nudes. It's just like being like, okay, we know these are ones that have been done a million times over, but we wanted to do our own take on it. So if you're looking for a great neutral palette, like a truly neutral palette from an indie brand, you're really gonna love this one. I love all the fun, cheeky names of the shadows, and Bella Beauty Bar makes all of their palettes magnetic so you can move things around if you feel like it, or you can create a custom color story as well. I have a 6 looks 6 palettes, and this one is included. So if you haven't checked it out yet, highly recommend, so that you can see what I was able to do with this and also see the swatches of this palette. Okay, in 8th place, I really hummed and hawed about this palette because I'm not really into cool tones, and this is the Glaminatrix Timeless Tones palette. I really love the eye look I was able to create with this palette, and I think it's mostly because they included such fun, colorful metallics in this palette. It really does look like your grandma's couch. When you look at it, it doesn't really do much for me. But when I start moving the palette around and I see all the shifts to the beautiful duochrome and multi-chrome shades they included on the 2 sides here, it really comes alive. So I really enjoy Glaminatrix formula, and I think this is a fun palette. I have a feeling that this is probably very popular for them, and I know they have been coming out with new palettes, so I'm really excited because I think my tones of turds should be here at the time you guys are seeing this video, and I'm just so excited for all of their new releases. In 7th place, I have another Odin's Eye palette, so this time I gave it to Summer. I was really kind of shocked by the Summer palette. To me, it's like almost there, but it's really not summery enough. I think this could have used a fun, maybe like a butter yellow or something like that, just to give it some summer vibes. But hey, I also heard from you guys that maybe this is more like an ocean vibe. I mean, I get it, but also then like the grays don't really make a ton of sense to me. Overall, I still have a lot of fun playing with Odin's Eye palettes, and I really like the challenge of a palette that doesn't make sense to me because it requires me to actually put some thought into it, and it really gets me excited. It's like having a tougher puzzle. Like if you're a puzzling expert and you get one, you're like, oh my god, I have no idea, like where do I start kind of vibe, you know? So I had fun with that. I really like the look I created with this one, but it's just ranking in 7th place because I don't know that it's like a, oh my god, this is the best color story ever kind of palette. Same with 6. I think this is cute. I don't know if I like this one or Morgan Turner's palette better. I feel like I like Morgan's palette better, but Morgan's is definitely more of a saturated purpley pink palette. This one has like that really fun corally metallic. So it's really hard to decide. I did compare the two in my Odin's Eye video. So yeah, you guys will have to let me know what you think. I don't think you need both, but hey, who am I to say? I think more is more is more. And so if you have the extra money, you want to buy an Odin's Eye palette, this might tickle your fancy, and I say go right ahead. Okay, so this one is ranking in 5th place because I thought a lot of you would really enjoy the neutrals. So this is the Berlin palette from Nomad Cosmetics, and they just celebrated 10 years of being in business, and they re-released 3 palettes. This was one of them. They also did their America's Parks palette and their Province or something palette. It's like a purple yellow one. I still haven't used those two yet, but this is the only one that they re-released that I didn't initially get. So I had to opt to play with this one first, and I'm definitely going to play with the other two as well eventually. But how cute is this palette? I just think that it's the season for neutral palettes, and I really like Nomad's formula. So if you're in the market for a pretty neutral palette with a pop of green, check out the Berlin palette from Nomad Cosmetics. And then in 4th place, oh my gosh, I got the new Sunset Symphony palette from Kryptine Cosmetics. This is the first one they ever sent me in PR, so I was so jazzed. And it's so beautiful. The reason I'm ranking this in 4th place and not in the 1st place is because of the matte shades. They're a little bit light, and on me, pretty much all 3 of these, actually all 4 of these look the same. So I wish we had more depth to them, but hey, it is what it is. I still think the metallics in this palette are so stunning. And overall, I love Kryptine Cosmetics. They're one of my newer favorite indie brands. So I'm so excited that they're back and shipping in the US because they paused their shipping in the US while they were figuring out the whole tariff situation. Again, I'm not really sure what's going on with the tariffs. It doesn't even sound like something that people are bringing up anymore. So I don't know what's going on. I haven't really seen any updates, but it seems like it's not that bad, but I don't know. That's all I got. Okay, the top 3 palettes, I feel like they are interchangeable. There's definitely a pattern here, and it was really hard to decide this ranking, but I think I did okay. So in 3rd place, we have to give it to the Odin's Eye Fall palette, or the Autumn palette, I should say. So as you can see, it's a theme here. It's like a muted green neutral palette, and I freaking love it. It's so pretty. I love the look I created with this. I thought this dark green shade was genius, the shade Revamp. The metallics are beautiful. We've got lots of options. And if I'm going to play with a muted colorful palette, like this is totally it. I love it so, so much. It's like monochromatic. It's beautiful. I want to do like a muted green palette video because I feel like there are so many of them out there. And this is awesome. It's so fun. And I don't feel like Odin's Eye really has anything like that in their collection, so I thought it was a really good addition to the line. Okay, 2nd place, I feel like I knew I was gonna love this palette even before I received it. So this is the Mocha Moment palette from Gourmand Girls, and this is such a beautiful color story, you guys. Oh my goodness. It's neutral, but the shimmer shades in here are a little deceptive. There's some duochromes in here that really make your looks so beautiful. So I thought I was going to end up with something a little more colorful, and then once you see the finished look, I was like, oh my god, that could really pass off as a neutral look. So I've had a lot of fun with this. Gourmand Girls has a great formula, and they've really been coming out with some bangers this past year, so I'm so excited to see what else is in store. But this is an awesome palette from Gourmand Girls, and I had to give it the 2nd place. Okay, 1st place, oh my gosh, again, I'm telling you, the top 3 could have been in any order and I would have been fine, but I wanted to give it to the Kryptine Cosmetics Burnt Forest palette. I actually bought this one with my own money. This was their first ever eyeshadow palette, and I still remember seeing them put this on Instagram, and I was like, am I gonna buy that? I don't know anything about this brand. It could be hot garbage for all I know, but I really enjoy their formula. I love their mattes, I love their shimmers, I love the fact that all of their eyeshadow palettes are formatted in the same packaging, the same style, and mostly the same size, and I'm here for it. I love seeing all my palettes on a bookshelf and them all being like uniform size. So these little things make me so happy, and I am just so excited to see what else they come out with, but I really like this palette. Again, it is colorful enough, but also it is muted enough, so you can kind of go wild with the colors, or you can go something more subtle here. So I just love it. I think they did such a good job with this. It's kind of a more unique color story, and I had a lot of fun playing with it. It was so easy to work with. So yeah, that is my #1 palette for June 2025. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know what your favorite palette is right now in your collection. What have you been reaching for? What are you eyeing? Do you have anything on your wish list? I'm so nosy. I'm dying to know. At the time I'm filming this video, a palette that is on my wish list is definitely the new one from Beauty Bay. I wasn't expecting to be blown away by that color story, but it's so beautiful. It reminds me of a palette, and I haven't really figured out what palette yet. So anyway, I love it. I think it reminds me of an ABH palette, but I haven't narrowed down which ABH palette it is. So anyway, I'm excited. That's what I want to pick up. That's on my wish list. And a palette I've been unexpectedly reaching for a lot is the Lancome palette. Oh my god, it's such a snooze fest, but it's so easy. So I've been really enjoying that for like everyday use. But I hope you guys are having a great day. If you have a little bit more time, don't forget to check out my new makeup releases video. I post those every Tuesday. So go ahead and check that out. Catch up on all the latest new makeup info. And I will see you in another video very, very soon. Bye, friends!